first, before we go into nerding out on charcoal, because we're going to do that for sure.
Definitely.
I want to know the story of Rockwood. Like, how did this thing go? Where did you come from? You've got probably the biggest brand on the market today. I don't know where the numbers are, but I just know how they look at my store and how I see it everywhere. How did this thing come out? How did this happen?
It truly was the accidental success. So I was a career helicopter pilot. I flew air ambulances, and I worked for the local TV stations flying breaking news and traffic and things like that. And believe it or not, that job gets pretty boring. All you do is you sit around all day waiting for the phone to ring. Well, I started having kids, and I had some more kids, and 4 kids, you better have 4 jobs. So while I was sleeping the day away, or the guys that play video games or do whatever to pass the time waiting for the phone to ring, some days I'd go in for an entire week and we'd never fly. So I figured, why not make money while I'm making money? So I got into real estate. I started teaching concealed carry classes, and I started messing around. I had a big green egg that I took with me and I'd cook with. I'd learned to cook on a big green egg when I was a kid. My dad had one back when they were $300 for the whole thing.
Oh, wow.
People made fun of us, you spent $300 on that. So, well, I found this charcoal that I really liked up here in St. Louis. And, back then, lump charcoal was still kind of an anomaly. Only the Kamado people used it. It was tough to find. And I found this brand I really liked. And I knew it was down in the southern Missouri. And I could never find these people. I tried to call. I tried to find out through locals. Tried to find out where this place was. I never could. One night, summer night, I'm airlifting a patient out of a rural helipad and ATV accident, and we're lifting off over the trees, and I start to accelerate in the helicopter, and I look down, there's the charcoal plant. I was low enough that I could see the bags of that charcoal on the dock, and as much as I wanted to circle and see how to find that place, this guy's bleeding to death, and I couldn't. So I marked the coordinates on the GPS, and I found my way down there the next morning when I got off of work. I drove straight down there. It took me a couple hours to find, but I started buying charcoal off the dock there, and I just filled the back of my truck when they told me what the price was, and I realized it was next to nothing back then. So I brought it back, and my dad wanted some, his neighbor wanted some, the guys at work wanted some. It was all gone. So I went down there again, bought some more. And it was getting to be that I was getting a trailer load full of it, and it was taking up too much room in the garage. So I put it on Craigslist, sold it all immediately. And I thought, I got something here. So I was just slinging this stuff off of Craigslist, and it was moreover a way to just kind of like network and meet people to eventually sell real estate to. That was my thought. And eventually that plant got bought up by a national company and closed. And at the same time, I'd met someone else in the industry, and I had some retail interest. And I thought, well, what the hell? I got time, I got some money, I've got backers on this. Why not develop a brand? So I hired a creative marketing company, and we developed Rockwood, and we went live with it in May of 2013. And it quickly became the #1 rated charcoal on the Naked Wiz website. I'm sure everybody's familiar with that. If you've got any interest in charcoal, whatever, we've been #1 on there for 7 years now. And we're one of the few brands on there that hasn't changed whatsoever. The same charcoal comes out of the same kilns, the same way. And since day one, we haven't changed a thing. And that's kind of the story of how it started. It was really like I said, a way to network, and it was a tax write-off for me to be able to write off barbecue expenses. And then it accidentally started being successful.
Yeah, it starts to be that freight train that just now you can't stop it.
I had to pay taxes. I had to get insurance. This wasn't the way it was supposed to go. So I had to get real, and it wasn't about a year later that I was already in over 100 stores outside of St. Louis, and I quit my career as a pilot to sell charcoal for a living.
Man, that's an awesome story, man.
Yeah.